So I was up and down from the hammock, and I realized I don't really like getting up and down off this hammock so much, and I can't see the stars because the leaves are blocking it. So I decided to go inside and get my blanket and my pillow and lie out on the grass, which is so not like me. I don't camp. I don't lay in grass. I don't like to get dirty. I had a dog. He didn't like to get dirty. He didn't like to go in the grass. No, this is not me, Bugs. No. But I did. So I laid in the grass and I just looked at the stars, and I know we're not supposed to do that. They said if you want to go out on the hammock, if you want to walk around outside, fine. But really try to stay in the Maloka. Well, I didn't understand the reason at the time. But there is a reason. I'll get to that later. But I just thought, well, I can't believe everyone's not out here. I can't believe everyone's not wanting to see this. This is amazing. And you know, how many times in my life am I going to do this? So if I have the opportunity to lay out under the stars in Costa Rica, I'm going to do that. So I laid down there and said, I'm going to stay out here all night. So, and I was right near the bathroom. So I just laid there, beautiful night under the stars, you know, an amazing experience that I'll never forget in my life, and going to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom before the end of the ceremony 14 times. 14 times. I had a high colonic at 1 p.m. I went to the bathroom 14 times. And then when I got back to the room, I went to the bathroom 3 more times. 2 times before I went to bed, and then once when I got up again. I don't know where all this comes from, but clearly something had to get out. It got out. I hope it got out. So that was my experience. Like I said, other people were vomiting. It wasn't a crazy night. It wasn't bad at all. I didn't think. I mean, at one point I was like, wow, I paid all this money to come to Costa Rica and, you know, take 17 poops. Okay, if that's what I need. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting from this experience, but if it makes me better, good. Then good for that. But I didn't have any trippy things or hallucinations or woo-woo. I just felt like, you know, a little cool and like, oh, this is a great experience. And by the way, I gotta do this other thing. So that was really encapsulates my first night. Now, like I said, I'm going to read from my journal at some point, just read verbatim in some other videos after I do these summary videos. And maybe there's more to glean from that, but not that much besides pooping a lot the first night. So that was my experience. We got back to the room about 3:30, and by that time my boyfriend was already awake, so we texted a little bit, and I didn't want to wake him up, so I would video record things and send that in a text, which was good. But it was just strange that I was still up and going to bed, and he was getting up, getting ready for the day. So that was a nice. I think Costa Rica is only I think it's only 1 hour difference. It's not bad at all. Yeah, I think so. So it wasn't. It was nice to be able to communicate while you're away with friends and family. And then, you know, we went back to the room, my friend and I. We talked about our experience. She had a little different experience than I did. And she saw some psychedelic geometric stuff, which was cool. And at one point, I stopped carrying my bucket because I wasn't throwing up, vomiting. And so I took my hair down at one point because I was getting a little cocky and was like, I'm not going to vomit. But that was my first night on ayahuasca. Not scary, just a little bit annoying, and at the end a little uncomfortable. So now in retrospect, what I gather is that they have different mixtures or different formulas. I understand ayahuasca, the medicine, is a combination of 2 different plants. Again, Google if you're interested. I don't know the names of them, but one of them has the DMT in it, and the other one has or allows for the DMT to be ingested or digested into your system. And I assume it's the ratio of those two. I don't know. I don't make ayahuasca. I hardly make pasta. But the mixture, they're prepared that the mixture, for what the mixture will do to the collective. So, well, they're usually prepared. Not that they were. The next night was interesting, to say the least. I found it wonderful, but it was a ride. Anyway, we'll get to that. So I think that they do different mixtures on progressive nights to take you all through a whole journey. So the first night I think is relatively tame. Did I do the second cup on the first night? Yes, I did. I did not do another cup. I did 2. I did not do more than 2. Don't think, no, on any given night. So I stayed up the whole night, and again, wasn't scary. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Nothing seemed absolutely wonderful either. It was just an interesting night. I don't know how I stayed up the whole night. You know, I guess going to the bathroom 17 times would do that to you. But you know, it wasn't terrible. We had the after hour or the post ceremony. They ask you to please commit to stay through the whole ceremony into the closing of the ceremony, which is everyone getting together and talking about their experiences, sharing their experiences if they wanted to. And some people had some pretty amazing, crazy experiences. One guy was controlled like a puppet by the octopus. There's an octopus that's out there in ayahuasca land that controls people, I guess. There's a mechanical praying mantis that does surgery on people. There's aliens, gray ones and colored ones that do surgery on people. There's, I had surgery. I know one woman that had the praying mantis do surgery on her. So the idea is that it's medicine and it's healing you. It's not only healing you, your emotions, it's healing you physically. And I suppose through purging those emotions and purging other things that your body doesn't need and is not serving you. So that was my first night on ayahuasca, and I would say it was successful. Again, as I said, there's a progression, at least through this program. The first night seemed to be relatively tame. The second night was maybe supposed to be a little less tame. It wound up being wackadoodle. But we'll talk about that in the next video. And then the third night was all about love. Oh, and ayahuasca as a plant medicine is a female energy. So love. And it was beautiful. And someone said that they felt like it was a 6-hour hug. And oh my God, I would do that that was amazing. Everyone should do that. That was so good. And then the last night was supposed to be the craziest night where everyone really purges. But, and like I said, not just vomiting or going to the bathroom. There's a lot of ways to purge. But I don't think it wasn't as crazy as the second night. And that it just happened that way during our week. I don't think that's normally the case. But regardless, everyone was safe. Everyone was seemingly healthy. Everyone that I talked to, even people that sounded like they had not great experiences or vomited a lot, everybody went back the next day. Every night, everyone went back the next day. So as scary as you think you've heard experiences and they sound scary and they sound terrible, people that I talked to were grateful for those experiences because there was a release. It was a relief. There was something in them that shouldn't have been in them, and now they're free of that. And they wanted to be free of that, and it was positive. So they went back again and again. I find that to be very brave, because I almost didn't.